Good morning. I've got a story time for y'all on how our pool guy went rogue and stole our money, and that's why we haven't closed on our house yet. So while we're getting ready, let's go, story time. So basically, we have had to push our closing back 3 different times. We knew we would have to get a pool liner, but we were just going to do it later on, closer to summer. However, insurance wanted us to get it before we closed. That was the last thing we had to do, so we're like, okay, we'll get a pool liner. We called around to a bunch of different pool guys, and we were getting quotes and stuff like that, and this one guy said that he could do it the fastest and that he could do it the cheapest. So obviously that's who we went with at first. Okay, so we pick a liner and the guy gets paid whatever. We're like, okay, how long will it take for this liner to come in? He said a week to a week and a half at the most. Okay, we wait all that time. About 2 weeks rolls around and I text and I say, hey, is the pool liner in yet? Pool guy says, no, we're still waiting. I'm like, 2 weeks, okay, it's around a holiday, I guess maybe that's true. 3 weeks rolls around and I'm like, okay, where is this pool liner? I'll go pick it up, I don't care where it's at. Well, that day I text, it was 3, I was like, this pool liner is taking 3 weeks, that's a little long, what's going on? He was like, well, it hasn't even shipped out. I was like, okay, well, can you call them and figure it out? So he calls them to figure it out, and the next day, the following day, he texts me and says, pool liner is in Hattiesburg, I'm gonna go get it. Sir, I thought that the pool liner hadn't shipped the day before. How's it in Hattiesburg the next day if it hadn't even shipped? Rule of thumb, always go with your gut, because that's when I started feeling okay, he is absolutely scamming us. Anyways, so he goes to get the pool liner, and I'm like, okay. I text him that day, and I'm like, can you send me a picture of the pool liner? Because we chose something that's a little different, and I was excited to see a picture of it. And I also was like, well, maybe I need to see a picture of it based off of his sketchiness lately. He said, yes, I'll send you a picture of it as soon as I get it out of the box. Long story short, he never sent me a picture of it. At this point, I'm like, so when is this pool liner going to get placed? We want to close on our house. We have deadlines to meet. Every time I would text him, it would just be a new excuse every time. One was the weather. Another was the weather. One was it was too wet. One it was too cold. One, he had to go do something unexpectedly. So we're 3 more weeks in, at least. Probably more, y'all. So obviously I'm getting pissed off because we've had to push our closing date back at this point because it's taken so long because of the excuses of why he can't do it. Well, I text because we're supposed to have the appraiser come back out, and you know it's bad and it's taking forever when the bank is texting you saying, is the pool liner done? That's all we have left to do. One day he says, I'm going to put the pool liner in tomorrow. I'll be there at 9:30. I said, okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I texted him the next day at 11 a.m. I was like, how is the pool liner going? And y'all, I knew that he wasn't out there. I knew that. Anyways, I said, how's the pool liner going? He sends me this thing about how his father's in the hospital and that's why he hasn't gotten it done. I sent a text message. I was like, I'm not trying to be ugly. If that's what's happening, I apologize. I'm sorry for your dad. However, we have deadlines to meet, and this is taking triple the time that you said it was going to take. I need my pool liner done or I'm going to have to find somebody else to do it. So I called my father-in-law because he handles all the sketchy stuff that happens to me. If something happens, I just call my father-in-law. He just handles it. Well, he meets him, he calls him and it's I need the pool liner. We're going to get somebody else to do it. You have dragged these kids on too long. You've had every opportunity to do it. You've been paid in full to get it done quicker. So my father-in-law meets up with him. Long story short, he doesn't have the pool liner. He never ordered the pool liner, y'all. And he cashed that check as soon as it was put in his hand. 30 minutes after it was put in his hand. All those many months ago. So, we still don't have a pool liner. We had to push our closing date back for a third time. And like, my father-in-law called me and he said he doesn't have the pool liner. And I just started crying because I was like, this process has already taken so freaking long. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Just frustrating. Anyway, so I start troubleshooting. I start calling all kinds of pool people. I called one of the guys that had quoted us and, you know, didn't end up doing it because he couldn't do it faster than our scam. Anyways, he would have. So, this guy, he's great. He's local. And he is ordering us a new pool liner today. And he said it should be in this week or next week. And then we'll have the pool liner in. And we have to have water in the pool with the pumps going, even though it's -9 degrees. Appraiser, inspector, whatever you want to call her, she comes out. She looks at the pool, you know, make sure it's good. And then we will finally close on the house. So that's been the dilemma on why we haven't freaking closed on this house. Like, we did all our paperwork so quick. Everything has been completely done for about 2.5 to 3 weeks, y'all. And like, I have just been like, you know, scratching at the bits. Like, what do I do? Like, I have this baby coming, like, I have 900 things to do to this house. Like, the painter's texting me saying, like, when can I come? Like, I'm like, I will let you know. Like, it's just a big-ish show, honestly. Anyways, if you don't have the human decency to do people right, then you suck. And we trusted that dude. I mean, he was paid up front. And so, the way we did the pay thing is the owner of the house now paid up front, and we put it on top of our loan. So when we close, it will just pay her off, and we will have ended up paying for it because we got to choose what we wanted and everything like that. Like, we were going to pay for it. However, she hasn't gotten her money back on her end, and I have had to pay for we've had to pay for this out of pocket twice now. And so we're just hoping and praying that we get our money back because we're going to lose our minds if we don't. Anyways, that is my ish show of a pool liner story. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. There have been a lot of things that have gone on. So if you want updates on how we even came to be about the house, story times and stuff, y'all let me know. Anyways, y'all stay bubbly. I love you. Bye.